All right, thanks, guys. The Grizzlies take on the Hornets. That's going to be a 7 o'clock tip-off in the Queen City, Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte is the Queen City as well as Cincinnati. There can be two Queen Cities. But anyway, Charlotte is minus 4.5. Totals at 206 and a hook. Right now, the Grizzlies are plus 175 for some money line cash. Now, Memphis has Temple and Parsons out for tonight's action. Dylan Brooks obviously out for the season as well for Memphis. And Mike Conley, questionable tonight with a knee injury. They're also just 1-10 straight up in their last 11. They rank dead last in offensive scoring. Now, when it comes to Charlotte, they're 5-3 against the spread in their last 8. The Hornets also rank third in defending the three ball at home. When it comes to the scoring, Charlotte, 3 out of their last 6 got over the total. They also rank 11th in three-point shooting in the association. Meanwhile, on the Grizzlies side, they are 60% of the over in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with Charlotte. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it down, and take the Hornets minus 4 and the over 206.5 in that one. And before we go ahead and move on, I just want to take a quick time out and just welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's NBA, college, and NHL action. But before we dive into some more of that, I first want to say happy Friday to you. The weekend's already here, so hopefully you're either going to have some wild parties, do some partying, or just relax, whatever you have to do to get the job done. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. Now, once again, like I said, before we go ahead and dive into some more lines of personal leans, I just want to take a quick time out and just remind you to check me out at patreon.com/rockpage. That is my website. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, plus we are 80% in my last handful of exclusive board member plays. I'll tell you what, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed to that website. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. That'll give you access to that daily best play. You'll get at least one pick per day, and that is a personal play for that matter. But anyway, for just $1.99 per month, you can gain access to that website. There's also plenty of free content there as well, including my current record. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you are currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. With all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Celtics at the Knicks, 7:30 tip-off in New York. Boston's minus 13.5, totals at 215 and a hook. Now, New York had a blockbuster trade go down this week. We got Matthews, Smith, and Porzingis traded. They're out. We also have Jordan out for tonight, and Telekina is questionable with a groin injury tonight as well. New York's lost their last 11 straight. They're 1-19 straight up in their last 20, and they're just 4-18 straight up in their last 22 at home. Now, on the Boston side of things, they've got the job done in 7 out of their last 8, 7-1 straight up in their last 8. They've also successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 8 as well. Celtics, they are 4th in total scoring, 2nd in field goal percentage, and 2nd in three-point percentage as well. When it comes to the scoring, Boston's nearly 60% of the over away from home. Meanwhile, the Knicks defense, they're allowing 114 points per contest at Madison Square Garden this year. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it down, and take Boston minus 13 in the over 215.5 in that one. Next game, Thunder, Heat, 8 o'clock tip-off in Miami. Miami has Dragic and Jones out with knee injuries, respectively. Dwayne Wade is also questionable with a knee as well, so I don't know what's in that hardwood down there. in Miami. But all guys out with knee injuries. Wade questionable with a knee injury. Miami's also failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. They're just 3-5 against the spread in their last 8. They also rank second to last in home offensive field goal percentage. Now, OKC on the other side, they're 32-18 overall for the year. They rank first in road offensive rebounding. When it comes to scoring, Miami is 7-1 to the under in their last 8. So with all that in mind, no line on this game. There is no line available for this game as of yet. Look for that line to be released at about 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, noon at the latest. But once again, no line available for that game. Obviously, if I had to take a guess, I'd probably lean toward OKC winning that one outright. All right, next game, it is going to be Hawks at the Jazz, 9 o'clock Eastern, tip-off in Utah. The Jazz are minus 11.5, totals 227. 61% of the consensus is leaning toward Utah, 60% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Atlanta Hawks are plus 620 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Atlanta covering the double digits on the road here, just keep in mind they're going up against a Utah team who's 8-2 straight up in their last 10. The Jazz also cover 64% of their games, taking on losing ball clubs. Meanwhile, on the Hawks side of things, they rank dead last in points allowed, 27th in shooting the 3-ball, and 26th in road defensive field goal percentage. Now, when it comes to the total, Utah's just 9-13 to the over at home, taking on teams allowing more than 102 a game. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it down, and take Utah minus 11 and the under 227 in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for the show. It is going to be Houston at Denver, 10 o'clock tip-off in the Mile High City. The Nuggets are minus 4.5, totals 227. And at the moment, the Rockets are plus 155 for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Rockets in this one, they are going up against amongst the best, most elite home teams in the association, and that is the Denver Nuggets. Denver's 22-4 straight up at home this season. They're covering 69% of their games on their home court. The Nuggets are also 6-2 straight up in their last 8, 16-7 against the spread as the official home favorite. And they rank first in the association in defensive rebounding. Now, Houston, on their side of things, they failed to cover in 6 out of their last 7. We also have CP3, that's Chris Paul, questionable for tonight's action, and Clint Capella still out with that hand injury. Now, when it comes to scoring, Houston 60% to the under in their last 5, 61% to the under on the road this season. Meanwhile, Denver, they're 2-0 to the under in their last couple of games. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take the Denver Nuggets minus 4 in the under 227 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball. We got ourselves a pretty small slate, but a couple games certainly of interest. So we are going to begin with Michigan at Iowa, 7 o'clock tip-off at Iowa. The Wolverines are minus 3.5, total open 142 up to 144. 66% are leaning toward Michigan and 69% shaded toward the over. Now, if you like the Wolverines in this spot here, they are covering 71% of their games on the road. They're also 67% against the spread as the official road favorite. Michigan ranks first in the country in road defense, 4th in road defensive field goal percentage, and they're covering 75% of their games after less than 4 days off. So doing really good, a really good job against the number under short rest. Now, scoring-wise, Iowa, on their side of things, they are 75% to the under, taking on teams allowing less than 67 points per contest. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, take Michigan minus 3, and the under 144 in that matchup there. Next game, Buffalo at Bowling Green, 8 o'clock tip-off at Bowling Green. The Bulls of Buffalo are minus 7.5, totals at 156. 66% are leaning Buffalo, 69% shaded toward the over. Now, if you like Buffalo in this one, I really can't blame you. They've been excellent in many categories this season. But keep in mind, for this particular contest, They're going up against a Bowling Green squad who's 14-6 overall